Okay, good morning. So today we are talking about your one topic that you have narrowed down out of the 10. Everyone did a mind map yesterday and took a quick picture of it. Some of you weren't completely done, and that was fine. That was your practice mind map. And we're going to be building from that mind map today. So for Thursday, the 17th, we are going to be talking about the making of a sustained investigation. Everything that we're learning is building upon each other. I know it may not seem like it is, but I promise you it is. There's a method to my madness. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and open up. Why isn't it opening? Come on, baby. Oh, Lordy. Oh, brother. How do I get it to open? Okay, I got it to open. Woohoo! All right. So this is a presentation that a lot of the art teachers are talking. We work together from all over the world on ways to help you all make a strong topic. A sustained investigation is what it's called. And so with number one, we want to start with a topic. Cliche is okay at this point. So a lot of you, maybe yours was a cliche. Maybe you don't know what that means, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to learn about that. We're going to dig deeper. So this is some topics that some students have picked over the years. And so we've talked about this. Sunsets, love, food, flowers. These are all topics and they're kind of basic. Now, ask essential questions about one topic. So I had you guys do 10, and then you narrowed it down to 3, and then you narrowed it down to one topic that you're passionate about. Again, this is the same ones, and they narrowed it down to food as an example. What makes up an essential question? Oh, we got another student popping on. Bear with me one second. I'm going to let them in. So, what makes an essential question? It's open-ended. That is, it typically will not have a single final answer or a correct answer. So we're going to start asking and building essential questions from our topic. Calls for higher order thinking, such as analysis, interference, evaluation, prediction. It cannot be effectively answered by recall alone. The question requires support and justification, not just answers. Okay, is thought provoking and intellectually engaging, often sparking discussion and debate. That's what a deep question is, and that's what we want. Points towards important transferable ideas within and sometimes across disciplines. Reoccurs over time. That is, the question can and should be revisited again and again. And so these are the types of things we want your artwork to have. We want it to be thought provoking, and your artwork is kind of exploring the debate, the ideas, the controversy of whatever it is you're exploring. Topics: sunsets. Why are sunsets so colorful? This is not an essential question. What emotional impact do sunsets have on us? This is an emotional question. It's deeper. What do sunsets evoke as ideas in us? This too is an essential question. So you see the difference. Why are sunsets so colorful? That's not really digging deep and going beyond the obvious. I mean, maybe in a scientific way, you could figure out a way to make that deeper, but as it is here, the judges would look at that and think that it's not deep. Okay, frogs. Basic topic, right? What kind of frogs live in Illinois? Not an essential question. In what ways have humans impacted frogs? Now, that's an essential question. In what ways have frogs impacted humans? Another essential question. So that's the difference, people. Topic: food. What is in our food? This is not an essential question. It's very basic. We don't want to be basic, people. How has food evolved to be more than an item of consumption? Ooh. Now, not only does it hit your senses, but it can also be a form of art, right? So we can go really deep with that. I like that. That's an essential question. In what ways is food used symbolically? Ooh, so that could be visually, culturally. I like it. That person could really explore this as an essential question and do many art pieces based on that. So that's the difference between basic and deeper thinking. All right. Make a mind map of ideas, thoughts, and other questions in response to your EQs. That's the essential questions. We did a basic mind map yesterday, but we're going to be building on that mind map and we're going to be creating essential questions. Some of you have had this class before, so it's not so hard for you, but it's important for me to start with the beginning for everyone. All right. We can use mind maps in all aspects of life: goals in life, organization, essays, artwork, interior design. By creating these mind maps, it just helps get the thought process, the juices flowing to help you get into your why, which is what is the essential questions. Remember when that man was singing Amazing Grace and it was kind of the basic, song, and then the comedian told him, well, now you're singing Amazing Grace to your uncle who's been in prison for several years and he's suffering and he's in pain. And then he had him sing the Amazing Grace again. And it blew everybody's mind because it was so heartfelt and you could hear the ache in the man's voice, because this time he had a why, he had a reason behind, and it was heartfelt and it was emotional. And so it was much more impactful. So we need to figure out the why, the essential questions, and really get, brainstorming. But yes, you can, do your mind map about basically anything, and then we try to dig deep. So here's a mind map that an AP student did in another school. And I thought that it, really showed some process and discovery. But I look at it and I think, well, geez, we can do better than this. And this will count as one of your art projects, by the way. So I need you to really understand this. So her concentration was based on honey. Okay. And then she started thinking about the physical properties. She started thinking of the uses of honey. She started thinking of the symbolism of honey. In some cultures, it symbolizes fertility. She talks about the Egyptian. She starts exploring all different kinds of aspects of honey. So it's not just the basics, it's digging deeper. So this is a nice rough draft sketch of a mind map. And so this got me going and thinking about how we could do stronger mind maps and use it towards our exam. Whether you're in AP or not, you're still doing this, by the way. All right, so let's make a mind map. So we started a basic one. And here we have a mind map. It is it's an easy way to brainstorm thoughts organically without worrying about the order and structure. It allows you to visually structure your ideas to help with analysis. So we can dig deeper. And so this person had collaged different book pages and wrote down different ideas. Again, I like the tearing of the paper, but I feel like we can do better than this. Now, this is really interesting, and this is an art piece, and this is all about family. And so you can see how there's all these different words that represent, and they're exploring and explaining further, and it's artistic. Here's a sketchbook of exploration of self. and there's a drawing of the person, and it's expanding with the mind map. And so what I'm going to be asking you guys to do is create an artistic mind map. And so here's another example of another artistic mind map. So not only is it brainstorming your ideas and talking about your research, you digging in deeper, but there's visual aspects to it. Sketches, and that's why I said it was so important for you to have a sketchbook. And those of you that showed up yesterday to pick up the rest of your materials, I gave you guys sketchbooks if you needed it. Here's another weird and kooky mind map that I showed the students last year, and I'm going to be sharing with you what our students did shortly. But I just want you to start thinking outside of the box on what your mind map could possibly look like. Art journaling, you can do it in a sketchbook, you can journal it and be your mind map. This one here is just some sketches in a sketchbook, and they made it really artsy, and I really like the ideas from it. But this is a really nice one. This person has done sketches. They maybe pulled photographs of sunflowers, and then they started documenting and playing around with mixing colors for like an AP art student that's going to be doing a canvas. This is nice and digging deeper. Now, this can be many pages. It could be 2 pages. It could be one big one. I love this one because it's like cardboard and it's edgy, and there's like torn images that have been pasted in and words. There's no right or wrong way. It just needs to show that you're digging deep. And here, these are just examples of sketchbook pages. I want you to understand that for this AP exam, they do allow you to take photographs of your sketchbook, and those can count as some of your art pieces. Your thought process is everything to the judges. They want to see your research, your studies, your thought process based on your theme, your essential questions. This one reminds me of Vanessa. Vanessa said she wanted to do her artworks based on landscapes. So I just threw this in here to kind of give her some ideas. They don't have to be huge all the time. So, and she's going to be doing different landscapes all over the world, seascapes, you name it. And then here, this person is exploring more like the watercolor theme in their sketchbooks. And so this isn't necessarily mind map, but this is about sketchbooks. And sketchbooks are key to this exam. Here's another one. I just want to give you as much variety to inspire creativity and uniqueness from you. This one is all graphite. This one is Prismacolor, it looks like, and pen work. So this is important. This will be your first piece that the judges are going to see, and it's going to help them understand your thought process and your story for all of your artworks. This will be slide number 1 in your exam. Here's another one. You can tell it's larger, and it's collaged different sketches that have been taken out and put on a piece of paper, and there's a lot of writing and deeper thinking going on here. This sustained investigation. Why are most things supernatural seen as male and violent? And then it's, putting different bullet points of concepts and ideas. Concentration ideas. This one, I'm trying to figure out. It's hard to see some of the chronic pain and things physically growing out of the afflicted area. Whoa. And I love these little thumbnail sketches of ideas. They don't have to be huge, people. You can have large, medium, small. I love that how the parts of this is Post-its, and that's become part of the artwork and the different colors. You can tell that they're doing a lot of thought process, a lot of brainstorming and research. Research is going to be key. Why do we dissect things? So that's one of their essential questions. I can go on this. It's a little hard for me to read, so I'm not going to, but I like a lot of the concepts in it for you. Sustained investigation. Again, it's a little hard for me to read. The only thing I can read is pop and abstract. So maybe they're being influenced by pop and abstract, but I can't read the writing down here. But you can tell they're definitely researching different artists and getting ideas, and they're not copying them, but they're going to have it help influence their art pieces. Research folder. You're going to conduct interviews, gather images, sketches, and make a maquette. I don't know how to say that. Maquettes, etc. You would think I know what that word is, and I don't. All right. So back to the honey, that first mind map that we were all looking at. The lady that did the honey one, the little girl that created that mind map, she started researching honey, and then she started digging deeper on the process of the bee and the larva and the hive. You know, there's so much more than just the honey. It's a whole process. And so she started gathering images and making a folder full of images off the internet. Now, the internet is an abyss of ideas and images, but you're not there to copy them. They're there to help inspire your sketches for your mind map. They're there to help inspire you for artworks, and we're going to talk more about how you can be original. But I want you to keep in mind these visuals. That some of this was sketched in her mind map and some weren't. Now, you see that goddess that we were talking about, and how in some cultures the bee represented femininity. And then here there's the three different types of bees. There's the queen, which there's only one. There's the drone, and then there's the worker bee. And so she found some symbolic visuals that include the bee. So you can tell this person did some I can't talk anymore, dug deeper in their research. Make artworks and document your process. You must always document and do sketches. Somebody's microphone's on and they need to turn it off. Okay, you were really noisy in my video. All right. So these artworks need to be documented. You need to be doing sketches beforehand because the judges are going to want to see your beforehand sketches before you created the artwork, and they can count towards the exam. So as you can see here, here's her mind map. Here's one of the photographs of the bumblebee that is in the fetal growth stage, I guess you could say. And so she's working in sculpture, and she is using these shapes and ideas. This is supposed to be like a big honey drop. And then this is the larva. And so let's see what she does with it. Then she starts making other shapes. So she's documenting, she's photographing stages. You gotta do stages of documentation, I'm telling you. And then she's turning it into jewelry, some of it. And so she's taking pictures and documenting that. And here, this is drizzled clay in the shape of honey drops, honey goo. She's documenting the stages. More stages, more sculptures. And she even talks about what it is, the measurements, the thought process behind it for her gallery show. Write an artist statement and image statements for each piece. Image statements, 200 characters max. Stoneware, gold acrylic, luster, and resin. Honeybee larvae encased in royal jelly are nourished by the milky secretion. Royal jelly, 3 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches. And so she's making little descriptions for each piece and the thought process behind it. You always want to write about that stuff and leave it in your sketchbook, because when you do turn in your exam, They're going to want to hear about your thought process, and you don't want to forget any important aspects of it. And so that sketchbook is documenting your notes and key things that you were digging deeper about so that you can share about it in your exam. The portfolio, there's going to be writing areas underneath each piece. Oh boy. I have another student trying to add. Hold on. Okay, so give me 1 second while I add Sabin for coming in super late here. What time is it? All right, so tardy. Okay, so those 3D sculptures are really going to help you guys, whether you're in drawing or not, understand about essential questions, whether it's drawing, 2D, 3D. Sustained investigation is a part of it for everyone, even special studies. So here's her artist statement. How do the physical properties of honey contribute to its value and symbolism? In what ways does honey represent wealth and female fertility? So these are two very strong, essential questions that she's exploring through her artwork. Recreating a honeybee larva encased in royal jelly, I saw parallels between the womb and the honeycomb. The queen bee's abdomen is double the length of any other bee cased, and I found this elongated form to be an elegant contrast to the repeating folds of the larvae. Modeling the drips of the falling honey from a spoon and the pinched segments of the larva, I simplified and abstracted these sculptures into wearable pieces. Jewelry offered me the ability to sculpt intuitively with clay while further altering my visual references into symbolic adornments. Gold served as a symbol of wealth as well as a way to reminisce honey. My sustained investigation emphasizes the formal elegance of honey bees and their larvae as they represent royalty, sexuality, and luxury. Wow, you can tell this student dug deep, did research, was influenced, and explored their artwork through different means. And here are her pieces. So now looking at all the background and the mind map, which you can see in the lower corner right here, and the photographs, this all tells a story and makes sense to the judges. The judges, if they just saw your artwork and they didn't know the meaning behind it, then they would be lost and may not give this student a very high score. So this is her evidence of process. And that is really important. Final artworks with descriptions. So this is the teacher that created this slideshow, and she's talking about this because a lot of the art teachers, this is a brand new exam. It just happened for the first time last year. We were struggling on how to explain how to create essential questions. And so I really appreciate her sharing this in seminar with all of us so that we can explain it to you all. Your mini sustained investigation assignment homework. You're going to do a concept collage. Don't mind this date because this was from last year. I forgot to update it. This is going to be worth 20 points. So let's do this Friday. I'm not going to make it this Friday because you guys are going to need more time than that. I'm going to make this due Wednesday. Okay? So forgive me for not updating this. You guys will have till Wednesday. If you are smart, you'd take a picture of this right now, a screenshot, or you can write this down in notes, but that takes a long time. All right. Pick one topic for your concentration. Everybody should have already done that from your list of 10. Generate a mind map and build essential questions. Those are digging deeper, thought-provoking questions that we just went over. 3, conduct research to inform the direction of your sustained investigation. Create a Pinterest board for images. A lot of you have probably used Pinterest before. A few of you have not, so I'll share what that is in a little bit. Create a computer folder with written research. So if you're doing relationships, maybe you research the different kinds of relationships and the psychology of relationships. So you can find this information on the internet, things that you felt were thought provoking for art, and you can copy and paste them, or you could take a screenshot of them and put them in a folder on your Chromebook. So you want to do research and collect data and information. We're going to dig deep. Use your research to build a sustained investigation. Create an artistic mind map using 1 through 4. Okay, so we did a practice mind map already, and now you're going to use all this data to create an actual mind map, which is going to be worth 100 points, and it's going to be your first real assignment for your sustained investigation. Okay, so I'm going to try to escape out of here, and we still have some time, so I wanted to show you some students' mind maps from last year. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I didn't think we were going to get through that so fast. All right, let me see here. Oh, here's one from one of you guys that turned it in the other day, because this is a student that clearly has already taken my AP exam. And if only I could rotate this. Let me see if I can download it. This is a great one. Is this somebody from this class? It's not done yet, but this student's got a nice head start. Let me see what else I can find. I love the watercolor. I would work on this whiteout stuff and make it part of it so it doesn't look like it's just cleaning up and whiting out. This isn't anybody's? All right, it was probably from last third period. Let's see what else I have. Here's another student that just started one. This is a student that's already taken this class before, so they knew what was going to happen. It's not done yet. This is from Cindy Barajas, and you can see she's starting to make an artistic mind map, and she's going to be adding images and examples of research in it. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. And I'm going to show you some more examples tomorrow to inspire you. I just don't want to waste a whole lot of class time about it. Now, does anybody have any questions about what you're going to be doing? We're going to do a poll question. So, do you understand what an essential question is? Yes or no? Okay, so Therese is not answering, Sophia's not answering, Yasmin's not answering, Luisa's not answering. Wake up, people. Anthony's not answering. So Moises, Vanessa, if you're struggling with this, you can go to the presentation, go to the very beginning when we were talking about sunsets and food, right? And take a look at this slide again and look at the examples. This is not an essential question. These are. Got it? So it's how do you dig deeper to make a deep question based on your topics. The frogs was another one. The topic about food. So you're thinking about ways to dig deeper for open-ended questions. It's all based on this information right here. This is vital. So I'm going to highlight that. Okay. I don't know what else I can do. I can highlight them here for you, Vanessa. so you can get an idea of what a deep question looks like. We want like emotions, thought provoking. We want it to be something that really is an open-ended question, and your artwork is going to convey that message about your questions. You can have one essential question, you can have multiple essential questions. I think the judges appreciate it when you have a few, because when you start doing this artwork, it'll probably open up more questions that you can add to your mind map as a result of your exploration. Okay? So now I've made them even more stand out for you. All of this information is on the agenda, the making of a sustained investigation. That's this presentation right here. So you can always go back to this on the agenda and help you create your own. So you're just going to be pushing on and doing more work with your mind map. You can start over again with your mind map. I really want you guys to see more examples of the mind map. If you have questions, conversation is how we learn best. So I'd like you to converse with me about that. Anthony, are you with us? Because you didn't bother to answer the poll question. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark him absent. So now I'm going to give you guys class time. What we can do is talk further about students' mind maps. Ms. Brown, I'm struggling with my mind map, this aspect of it. What could I do to make that stronger? Whoever wants to volunteer and talk to me about that, just say, hey, it's Mauricio. This is what I'm struggling with, and then we can go from there. Anyone?
You said this is due when?
Wednesday. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm creating a new agenda and I'll put it on there. But yeah, you guys need some time for this. And I don't, I mean, I want you to have a good handle of it. I'm going to show you some more artsy mind maps tomorrow to get you going. It's just going to take me a while to find it. And I'm videotaping this, so I didn't really want to waste our time that way, trying to search for it. That's a good question. So anybody else have a question?
How do we do with a mind map for our concentration?
You're going to draw your visuals along with your mind map. You made a practice mind map yesterday, right? And that was just the first draft. We can make many of these, but we want to make an artistic mind map. I just showed 2 examples. Didn't you see them?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to do research about your topic. So Vanessa's topic is what? Landscapes?
Yes.
Okay, a landscape is the visual feature of an area of land, landforms. They integrate into natural man-made features. So landscapes could be the center of it, but maybe after a while you start to explore just the interesting shapes that landscapes make. How to Landscapes or nature? Landscapes, how do they make you feel? How do they influence us? I don't know. I'm trying to find some stuff about it. All right. How to take landscape photographs that evoke emotion? Ooh, that's a fantastic essential question. So I think that's interesting. So I'm going to click on that, and maybe I'll get some interesting information from this that I can copy and paste and use for part of my thought and research, right? So,
Yes.
so you have to do homework and start researching about landscapes. Landscape photographs have this problem whereby, however beautiful they may be, many times they are nothing more than that. Many seem to be just like postcards. While they can be utterly spectacular, they want they won't give you the chills or the goosebumps. It all boils down to the point that they won't make you feel any emotion. In other words, many landscapes images are beautiful but empty. There is no magic formula for evoking emotion with landscape photography. It's not a technique, it's not a process, it's definitely not mechanical. You can't just say, okay, now it's time to create some images that evoke emotions and do it. Creating emotion with your landscape photography makes a little bit more finesse and patience. So, without further ado, let's take a look at how to get a little bit closer to making an audience feel something when they look at your photos. So, I would recommend to everyone, whatever your topic is, think about how it makes people feel. Why? Why did you do landscapes? Because obviously, Vanessa, you think they're beautiful. Maybe they relaxed you. Maybe they make you feel like you're in another place. Like you want to start writing down the why. What is the purpose of your topic and dig deeper with feelings? Okay? So, why is important? How? You can also explore the positive and negative. So I think that is all really important. And I'm going to put that in the slideshow because that kind of inspires me more. When you do your research, obviously you got to do research, people, in order to make this strong. So I'm going to insert text. Let me make it larger. So, yikes. It's going to let me type. All right. I have a new type keyboard, so I don't know how to use it. Your research needs to dig deep into your selected topic. Okay? So, how do you dig deep? Think about the purpose of your topic. Think about the why. The why is everything. It's too bad I spelled that wrong. What emotional aspects what are positive and negative aspects of your topic? So this will help you. If you can research and find information, how about, remember what the B's? What symbolism? Sometimes there's symbolism. Symbolism. Does your, what else? What about cultural aspects? So you're just trying to get deep into the why of your topic instead of it just being shallow. We want to go beyond the obvious. Okay. Too bad I didn't spell that right. Any other questions? You have to do research on your topic. So I had a student that's doing graffiti. Well, think about the purpose of the topic. To some people, maybe it has a negative connotation, maybe it has a positive connotation. Maybe you're saying something that is an impactful message, you're displaying your art. Like, there's positive and negatives to it. Do research about graffiti, do research about nature, landscapes, whatever it may be. You need to dig deeper. Any other questions? All right. What did I just do? So this, you're gonna have time to research and us have more discussion about this. And I will want to see photographs of what you have started for that assignment. And this will be worth 100 points when it's done. I'm not gonna make it due. Wednesday is, I expect you're gonna have a good chunk of it done. The actual art will be due the not this Friday, but next Friday. Does that sound fair? I'm going to show you
Yes.
examples tomorrow of more artistic mind maps. Now, I showed everyone examples earlier, and it's kind of up to you. The ball is in your court. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video because I know my next class is going to have questions of their own.